Hey guys, how's it going? It's Douglas here at Drownboy Cosplay, and today we're going to be bringing you another Ghost unboxing video. So here we have the package. It just arrived this morning. I ordered mine a couple of days after it originally went up for pre-order because I was on the fence about whether or not I wanted to get it. I had more important things going on at the time, so it really was not my priority to pick one of these up, and I actually did pass up on some other Ghost stuff, but I'll talk about that when I get into the box. So we're going to go ahead and open this guy up. I know that people have been getting these for probably 3 or 4 days now, and here I am. I have not seen any videos really unboxing these, so here we go. Well, apparently inside of that box we have another box. It's like one of those Russian nesting dolls, you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, so let's see. Artist Ghost, title Prequelle Exalted Deluxe Box Set. I'm a bit worried about opening this package because you have to be very, very careful, and I'm using a very sharp scalpel so that I can open this as gingerly as possible without damaging the stuff inside. Wow. Alright, it's pretty. I'll tell you guys that much. Let's move this out of the way. This little bit of paper off. So here we have the Prequelle Exalted Ghost box set. Well, I'm kind of sad. I actually have one of the later numbers. Usually with these I get higher numbers, but one thing that I've learned over time is it absolutely does not matter when you order, in what order that you order these masks, or in what order that you purchase the box sets, vinyl, it doesn't matter. If it's any numbered product, it's pretty much random. I believe most of it's pretty much packaged up, and then they just ship it out, like slap your name on there and your shipping address and you get it. At least from my understanding, that's how it works. So I got number 4,862 out of 5,000. This is a limited edition, of course. And it looks like we have an insert here on the back. I don't think it's attached. If it is, I would be a little bit disappointed because it's not centered whatsoever. So most people would keep this sealed, including myself. Normally I would keep this sealed, but I am going to unbox it for your viewing pleasure. And that is the only reason why I'm unboxing it. Because I probably will not use this to listen to anything that's inside. So let's see, on the back here it says Deluxe Collector's Edition packaging includes limited edition of 5K numbered copies worldwide, 7-inch with 2 Ghost rarities, 60-page arena tour photo book, hardbound and wrapped in black gator skin, 4 12x12 live photo prints, exclusive die-cut Prequelle artwork with 12-page booklet featuring brand new mind-blowing illustrations, Prequelle limited edition transparent orange with black smoke colored vinyl. Okay, the quality of the print on the back looks a little bit fuzzy, not too bad, but I will say the box is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You have like this nice gold color here on the front. I thought that it would be embossed because I heard some people talking about it, but it is not. So I'm going to use my X-Acto here and carefully run along this edge and get a start, and I'm just going to peel it off. Okay, the insert on the back is not glued down, which is good news actually. I just carefully peel this plastic off. So I'll probably end up putting that inside, but here you guys go. If you want to take a look at that, I'll try and zoom in the camera. Alright, so the back is just a matte black, and the front is this beautiful gold box set. A bit of a chore to open, but here we go. On the top, we have the exclusive vinyl, and there is something about this that makes it special, which I feel kind of makes this worth buying. So, instead of your standard case or your standard record sleeve, here you have this like almost like a cardboard cutout version of just the artwork, and all the wings are cut out separately. There's actually in the mouth here, like the gate to hell, there is a cut here where you can see the vinyl. So I'm just going to slide this out very easily. One complaint I do have is it appears that it was not glued down very well on the edges on either side, because as you guys see, I just opened this up. This is not glued down, so for a collector like me, someone who does not intend to listen to this stuff, that's kind of an issue. And I'm sure that if that's a problem that arises in other copies, overall that's just going to be an issue. It appears we do have, I think that's the art booklet on the inside maybe. But the record itself is beautiful. Let's see if I can slide this guy out. So this thing is actually one of the more beautiful vinyl records that I do own. If you guys don't know, I do collect vinyl records of all sorts, not just Ghost, but many other types. And this thing is really cool. It has a slight transparency, but man, is it gorgeous. For the most part, it is opaque. If you hold it up to the light, you can see through it a little bit. But even though this is orange, it has like an amber color, and to me, it reminds me a lot of the Jurassic Park amber. So that's just what I think of. We have a booklet in here, and it appears to be the art booklet, I'm guessing. I'm seeing an issue here with packaging, which is there's kind of a circle crescent over here pressed into the front of this from it being stored with the record, but it just has the same logo as the front, and it's just in red. And inside we have just these absolutely gorgeous illustrations. The artist has done a lot of work for Ghost and other bands, and their work is terrific. They're very busy, highly detailed pieces. There's a lot going on, but they're all supposed to represent the story in some sort of way. Maybe not entirely in the full detail lyrically, but it represents the story in some way, and there is an illustration for every single song on the album, and it looks like maybe we have a write-up on the back. Ah, I see. So we have people like honorable mentions and stuff. I think it's the same thing as what's actually on the regular vinyl record. So that's one complaint I have so far, is that I do not think that these should be stored together, and I probably will not do that myself. Actually, yes, I will. If that's how it was intended to be, I'll put it back. I don't know. I think over time it'll be fine, but at least during shipping perhaps, because of how tight fitting everything is in this box, it causes issues. Next up we have, I guess, like a piece to lift this up. Ah, this must be the prints. So let's get into this. So these are just really heavy paper, high gloss prints. I gotta say, I think these are very underwhelming. I don't like this very much at all. I think they could have did a much better job, because the quality on these is really not crystal clear. It's pretty good quality. It's nice shots, but I mean, this is essentially just shots from their live shows, and we have seen that all over their Instagram, all over every other Ghost fan page's Instagram. You know, center shot, a really dark picture of Copia that you probably can't even make out on camera. The Nameless Ghouls. This looks like possibly during Ashes maybe, or between one of the interchanges. And then of course, just Copia reaching out his hand. I mean, these are just like live shots. I don't really care for that. I think that potentially they could have taken some nice quality shots, like a photo shoot with an artist, like Paul Harries or someone like that. And I miss when they used to do that kind of stuff often, and it seemed like a lot of their pictures had story behind them, whereas now it pretty much is just about the live performance. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. And then next up, here we have the book. So the book is actually gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure what you would do if this was like a journal or something, but the embossing on this and the gold leaf, it looks like almost, on here is really gorgeous. The gator skin has a nice feel. I'm sure it's fake. We've got black pages on the inside, and this is supposed to be just a picture book of, yet again, just a whole lot of live photos, which almost just seems like they're bragging about the crowds they're bringing in. I do love Ghost, but I don't know, this just feels kind of weird and out of place, especially for somebody who's been a fan for such a long time. Here's all the tour dates listed. That's pretty cool. It just feels so strange to see it kind of turn into this, because, oh, that's a really nice shot. Too bad it's like, you know, in the fold of the pages, so you can't really see the whole image. I don't know. I mean, a lot of their artwork and pieces they did beforehand was really cool, and it really wasn't about the stage show, but it was more about what the Papa and the ghouls were up to off stage, what the clergy was doing. And I feel like that was really, truly awesome. There's a good shot of Nil. Of course, I like him. A lot of these, it looks like, are literally just pictures from their Instagram that were posted. If you guys do not follow their Instagram for whatever reason, they usually post a series of photos that was taken each and every night that they play live, of just, whether it be the crowd or some close-ups of the ghouls or Copia. Sometimes Nil makes it in there, but that's for the most part what it is. That's a really cool piece of the Cardinal. I like that. It's a back shot, well lit. I think that potentially would have been a better option for one of the larger prints, in my opinion. I don't know, it just kind of feels unnecessary. Like, this is just a book of pictures from their Instagram, and that really doesn't make it anything special. But they went out of their way to create this absolutely gorgeous hand-bound book. On the side there, it does say Ghost Prequelle Exalted on the spine, I guess in case you were going to store this on a shelf. I don't know anyone who would, but you could. And then, last but certainly not least, we have Ghost 7 Inches of Satanic Panic. So whenever it said there were 2 Ghost rarities included, I was not entirely sure what it was going to entail. I had some ideas, but I didn't think that this is what they would be going for. I'm going to do a separate video pretty soon talking about singles and just talking about recent videos and stuff that Ghost has done. I kind of want to make a video talking about that. I do have quite a few ideas to share, but I don't know. It just, it's kind of an underwhelming box set overall. The Meliora box set was pretty cool, and why it wasn't overwhelmingly cooler, I think that it was a much cooler box set than this. These, of course, are limited to 5,000 copies, and not only did they release a standard black edition, but a couple of days after releasing that, they released a Scandinavian red box that actually does have different contents inside. I'm not entirely sure what all it is, but if I can remember, I'll put it up on screen now. But yeah, I mean, this is an exclusive artwork for this single. It has Papa 3 as the Lady Liberty, which is kind of cool. I do like this style of Ghost logo. The back is the same as just the regular single, and it is just a standard black vinyl. Now, one issue that I've seen, my friend Juan pointed this out and others have pointed this out, is these records are super, super dirty. Most records get cleaned before they leave the factory, and this thing is just covered in dust and like little paper bits. Juan actually had to go and make a video showing people how to properly clean their records so they do not damage anything in here. In case you guys didn't know, when you clean your records, you want to use steel wool. Just kidding. Do not do that. You will ruin your records. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I mean, kind of a disappointment. I didn't think it would be anything too crazy, but I think the coolest thing in the entire box set is this exclusive vinyl record sleeve. And that's pretty awesome. It looks great, especially with the vinyl in it. But yet again, it has those issues where the glue is coming up around the edges. I hate to see any kind of drop in quality in merchandise or anything released by Ghost, because at one point, that's really what they were known for, especially amongst fans and collectors, is how good their merchandise was. Everybody talked about the quality of the merchandise and how cool it was. And back in the day, it seemed like a lot of merchandise had stories behind it, or there was at least a reasoning for it. We got shirts every now and again, or they would do a drop of 2 to 3 shirts like once every month or two, and there'd be some cool designs. Now, they push so much merchandise, just all of the time. So many shirts constantly coming out, multiple products, that you can't keep up with it. Because at one point, my goal was to collect all Ghost merchandise, at least all the cool stuff. I really wasn't worried about getting all the colored variants of vinyl, but all of the cool stuff and all the other hard presses and t-shirts. I was working really hard at one point to do that. I had an Instagram account, the Museum of Ghost, and I had planned on turning this room and my house into a ghost museum. But over time, it just got way too out of hand, and I realized there's no way that I can keep up with this. It was hard enough trying to collect the older pieces, but there's no way I can keep up with the newer pieces. And I will say this, the market for ghost merchandise has really died down, and that's something that I think most people really don't think about and don't address. But at one point there were a lot of serious collectors, including myself, and just Facebook pages full of it, Instagram pages full of it. And while those people still do exist, it's not on the same scale. And since the need for it isn't there, and the want for it isn't there, over time, this stuff is not going to gain the kind of value that I think it should. Overall, if you guys want one of these, they're $85. I think you can still pick them up. If not, just look around a little bit. There's 5,000 of them printed, and then of course 5,000 of the Scandinavian version. I myself am happy with the one I got. I will not be purchasing the Scandinavian version because I do not think it is worth the money for me personally. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be sure to give you a close-up of everything in the box. Love you all. See you next time. If you have ghosts, you have everything.